10 enemies of concentration and how to get rid of them coming up in this video. What's going on, self-helper, and welcome to Self-Help Yourself, the #1 self-help channel dedicated to making you the best version of yourself. And every week here on this channel, we do that by inspiring you through the power of psychology. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification icon to never miss another video from this channel. Alright, so concentration is one of the most important traits that we need to have in today's world. With all the amount of distractions out there, we need to learn how to focus. What are those distractions or enemies of concentration that we need to be aware of so that we can tackle that and focus better? Well, let's start off with the first one, and that is disinterest, or the wrong mindset that one has when it comes to actually doing something. When we approach something with the mindset that it's not interesting or we don't enjoy doing it, that immediately puts off half of the effort that we want to actually put into what we're doing. So if you want to do something and get things done, you better get used to concentrating by getting interested in what you actually enjoy doing. Flip that switch and change that mindset with regard to actually making a shift in the interest that you have. Start looking at something that you don't like as something that needs to be changed in order to actually move ahead and get to the more important things. And what you enjoy doing, try and find a way that you can get more interested in it and get more done in the same amount of time. So how do you do that? Start concentrating on what you're actually doing. Focus. Start looking at the end result and then start working from there. You need to understand that once you have the end goal in mind, immediately, whatever it takes to get there, your interest gets driven towards that. So start creating this mindset that allows you to concentrate. Create a mindset that promotes interest in the activity that you're actually doing, and that will lay the foundation that you need to know in order to get shit done very quickly. Number 2, unfortunately, we've all been a victim of this one: boredom. The reality is that boredom can stand in the way of getting anything done in the first place, because if you're constantly bored and you don't enjoy the actual process of getting something done, it's not going to be very good for you. That's why concentration in the face of boredom is so important. When you actually look at a task, you need to find different ways in which you can make it more interesting, maybe change it up, assign that job to someone else, use their help or use their expertise to get something done. Now, you want to look at this as a way to save time, because boredom can actually kill away a lot of your time. If you're looking to get more stuff done in a short period of time, you want to keep things interesting and keep changing it up now and then to avoid boredom under all circumstances. Boredom equals disaster. So you don't want to be bored, you want to enjoy the entire process. Whether it's fun or not, you need to go through it in order to get to the other side. Number 3, anxiety can absolutely end you because it has the potential to actually hold you back from doing anything that you may do. The reality is, even if you are anxious, you need to push through. When we look at the end result, we often feel that is the most daunting task. We aren't often afraid of failure. It's quite the opposite. We enjoy failure. That's exactly what we know. We're used to it. But success, on the other hand, success is something that we aren't used to. But if we want to actually get things done, concentrating on success and the possibilities that come out of it, that's what makes all the difference. So maybe understand success in a much better way. Understand that that is what is going to actually make you feel better versus the anxiety that is holding you back from actually performing or doing something in your life. Anything it may be it regard to, your workplace, your studies, your sporting performance, or really anything else. If you want to actually push through that barrier, push through that wall, and then get to what's there on the other side, do it anyway. You have to jump over it, get under it. Go around the side, break through that wall. If you want to stop letting yourself be a victim and actually break through your anxieties, because at the end of the day, they're irrational. And if you want to get through that irrationality, start thinking rationally and see how you can actually get rid of that anxiety, and what is actually the bigger picture when it comes to getting through and getting something done. That's how people concentrate, and that's how they actually focus on becoming successful. Start concentrating on success and look at what anxiety is doing to you. Is it making you feel very good about yourself? Probably not. You want to break through that wall and get to the other side as soon as possible. If you're a victim of daydreaming, the fact of the matter is this: it happens when you're not thinking about it, which is why you need to be mindful of everything that you do. You need to understand that concentrating comes from being mindful, and daydreaming is something that happens to all of us. And when we become mindful of this, then immediately we can focus back on the task at hand. If you really enjoy what you're doing, daydreaming is unlikely. If you find the task motivating, something that you enjoy doing and you want to keep doing over a long period of time, that is complex enough, that tests you, then you can avoid daydreaming as much as possible. So create these kind of changes, make your task in this fashion so that you can avoid things like daydreaming and get back to what you're doing. Feeling overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that we actually have to do. This ties in with point number 3, and that is anxiety. When we look at the amount of stuff that we need to do, that kind of overwhelms us and it stops us from actually taking any kind of action. If you're looking to get something done, you need to look at the bigger picture again. Understand that that's what it's going to take for you to actually experience success. If you want to look at the other side of things, that is, the fear, the amount of stuff that you have to do, it's not going to make it any easier. Where your focus goes, that is what is going to grow. It's going to become so overwhelming, you may not even take action. You may get into something that is known as paralysis of analysis. You get focused on the details so much that you never get started. You don't get anything done. And that is an extremely bad destroyer of your concentration. So get rid of it. Start looking at that as something that needs to be done versus something that you have to do in order to experience success. It's something that you have to go through. And once you get this through your head that these things that you don't typically enjoy are what lead to success later, that's when you start to achieve. And it's a very empowering feeling that you need to start experiencing. So get started with that. Start looking at things that overburden you or things that overwhelm you as something that is a barrier that needs to be broken through to get to the other side. A distractible mind is a big productivity killer. So if you're looking to break through this, you need to understand that you are someone who can be distracted easily, and becoming mindful of this is again very important. Most of us tend to get distracted by the simplest of things, the buzz of our phone, someone yelling out to us, or noise from the external environment. That's not going to help. If you are actually going to become more empowered, you need to understand that you are someone who gets distracted very easily, and you need to start flipping the switch. Start changing that. It's not okay to be constantly distracted because it's taking you away from your task. It's taking you away from your goal. Is this okay? I don't think it is. If you really want to get shit done quickly, you need to understand that distractions are always going to be there. And it's about what you do when these distractions come around. Are you going to allow yourself to get distracted? Don't allow yourself to do that. There is so much more potential in you to actually break through this. If you really want to feel empowered, you need to start telling yourself that I have the ability to keep these distractions at bay. And which is the 7th point, having a distractible environment and eliminating that distraction one by one. Having a distraction sheet ready. If you use techniques like this, listing stuff out, it externalizes what you already have on the inside. It puts into perspective what you need to start changing about yourself. Once you have it in front of you, it becomes that much easier to actually go through each one of those things and start getting rid of them one by one. Or get rid of all of them at once if you really have the willpower. But change is difficult, I know. But change is powerful. Change is good. right? So create that change with regard to your distractions. First, distract yourself a lot lesser by making yourself less distractible. Creating the mindset that you are able to concentrate on one task, and one task is all you need to finish. Concentrate on one task at a time. Eliminate the distractions around you. Get rid of the people, get rid of the things, and get rid of anything that may block your concentration. It's plain and simple. If you can do this much, I promise you that your productivity will break through the roof. Point number 8 is this: inadequate focus on your vision. Most of us want to score well in our exams. Most of us want to be the topper in our field. We want to impress our bosses and really show the world what we have potential for. But in reality, do we really do all that it takes to get us there? Most of the time we don't. The few times that we do, we don't leverage exactly what we have done previously in order to create future change. So if you actually want to break through this pattern, start focusing on your vision. What is the bigger picture? What is the reason why you actually do something? Use the power of that to get more things done that will take you towards your vision, because your vision is something that can empower you at any point of time. You may get bored with the task, you may get bored with the scheme of things, the context may never change, but however, your vision is something that stays strong right through. So every single time you want to give up, or you don't want to focus as much, or you feel you don't have the energy, shift it. Shift your energy towards your vision, and that is going to immediately boost your focus. Start moving around. Start thinking about how you can get things done. This is something that you can do, and it's a very powerful change that you can start implementing almost immediately. Point number 9 and 10 are quite interconnected, and this one is for the people who work way too hard. You cannot stay at a 100% concentration level all the time. You cannot stay focused on everything that you want to do at all points. There are going to be times when you feel fatigued, when you feel that burnout. So you want to avoid burnout as much as possible. What do you need to do for that? Get enough rest, stay fit, start eating healthier, lead a good lifestyle that allows you to amplify all of the things that you're actually doing already. You work for maybe 10, 12, or even 14 hours in a day. You want to fuel your body with exactly what it needs. You need limitless energy, and for that you need your motivation. You need enough rest. You need enough food to fuel your body. You need to be hydrated, and you need to establish a routine that is going to power you through all of this. So create a routine and create a lifestyle that embodies exactly what you want to accomplish. And that is going to be the best thing that you can do for your concentration. It creates an environment that makes you want to come back every single day and work hard. You want to be someone who has the willpower to actually work 7 days a week. I know it sounds ambitious, but you have the power to do it. Create an environment and create a life for yourself where concentrating on your task is something that's enjoyable. It's something that you look forward to. Make it fun. Enjoy the entire process of concentrating. At the end of the day, you may feel that things may be out of control and you may never be able to get to what you want to, but it's never the case, because your vision is something that is constantly going to power you through. Do this much and that will take your concentration to the next level. The fact of the matter is this: concentration does not have to be difficult, and enemies of concentration will always be there in your life. It's up to you what you choose to focus on. If you want to take the knowledge that you've gained in this video to the next level, I suggest you watch my video on focusing better and improving productivity after this one. I'll link that up in the description box below, and you can click the I button to check that out as well. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification icon to never miss another video to becoming the best version of yourself. If you found this video useful, tell me about it down in the comment section below and leave it a thumbs up. This is Vikram signing off, and I'll see you in the next session.